Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new and you're stopping by for the first time, welcome. I am so happy to have you. If you love all things crafting on a budget home decor, and so much more, I would love it if you would stick around by clicking the red subscribe button and then tapping the bell and all to be notified every single time I upload. So for today, you guys asked for more signs and that's what you got. So I show you how I transform these Dollar Tree signs.
I want to be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my head down if I won.
To start off, I had these in my stash, but I do see these at Dollar Tree often, so I really don't think you'd have a hard time finding them. But anyway, they're just these little wall hanging signs with little hooks, so I guess you could hang keys or whatever you may want to hang from these. But I just start off by taking all the plastic off, and it was giving me a little bit of trouble, but I did end up getting it. And I then just took my drill and I took the little hooks out, and I do this just so that way it's much easier to paint. So after I have all the hooks out, I just take some painter's tape, and they have these jute twine hangers as well as sawtooth hangers, so I just tape them to the back of the signs just so that way they wouldn't get in my way when I paint. So for the first sign, I just take some white Waverly chalk paint and I go ahead and give this one a really nice thin coat to start. With chalk paint, you want to start with a thin coat just because it's so thick. If you try to go in with a thicker coat, it comes out all bumpy, and then it's really hard to trace and then go over with paint pens. So I then do the same with the next sign in the ballerina, and this is a pink color. I actually love this ballerina Waverly chalk paint. It's much thicker than the other paint. I don't know if it's just because I've had this for a while or what, but it goes on really nicely and it's thick. And although I did do a second coat, sometimes I don't even need to do a second coat, but I do go ahead and give these both 2 coats, and I wait for them to dry in between coats. I then just take some red, and it's the crimson Waverly chalk paint, just a little bit on the end of the same brush, and I just go over the white while it's still wet just to give it a bit of contrast, a bit of character. I then do the same exact thing with the pink one. I was debating whether to do a different color, but I did end up going with the red. So after I have these all painted, I let them dry, let the second coat dry. I then just went on the internet and typed in Valentine's Day signs, and this picture was actually a stencil off of Amazon, so I just copied the picture and I pasted it into Word, and then I just cut it out. I then just took my graphite paper and I traced over it, and after I traced over it, I took my fine point paint pen and I went over everything except for the hearts. Now I was debating whether to do the truck red, but I did want this to be just red and black. I didn't want the hearts to be like pink, so I did go ahead and go over the truck with the black. But as always, this is your preference. You can do whatever colors you like. So after I have all the black done, I go in with my red paint pen. This is also a fine point paint pen, and I go ahead and I color in the hearts with the red. And sometimes paint pens can be tricky, but you guys just take your time, wipe off the tip often. That's my biggest tip, is to wipe off the tip, because sometimes the paint in the pen will pull to the tip and then you get one big blob. So I just wanted to let you guys know that that's how I get my lines so crisp. I then just had this wooden sticker from Dollar Tree left over, and I know it's a little bit bigger than the truck, but I think it looked really good. So let me know in the comments down below if you would add the heart or if you would just leave the truck plain. Next, we're going to work on this sign. So I just went on my computer and I had these wooden letters that I got at the Target dollar spot, and I thought that they would look really cool on one of these signs. So I printed off "You will be my" for "You will forever be my always." So I will leave in the description box the font and the size that I used in case you want to do this sign. So I just laid out my wooden letters first, just because the wooden letters are bigger than I thought in my mind. So it was kind of tricky to play around with the font size and the letters so that it would all fit on here, and in the end I'm really happy with it. But I just go ahead and I keep fooling around with it just so that way I have my lettering where I want it to be. So once I have it where I want it to be, I go ahead and take my graphite paper and do the same thing as the last sign, and I just trace over the graphite paper. And if you don't have graphite paper, all you have to do is just take a pencil, scribble on the back of your wording, and then just trace it that way. But I've always used graphite paper just because it's much easier, and I like the way that it shows up on my project. So next I just take my black paint pen and I go over the words that I traced. And I lost the clip, you guys, but all I did after I traced my lettering was just glued down my wooden letters where I had them. And I did put a little mark just so that way I knew exactly where I had them before I took them off of the sign to trace the lettering. So after that, all there's left to do is just put your hooks back on, and that is it, you guys. It's that quick and easy to get high-end looking signs for just $1. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sure for some that the signs get old, but I do get a lot of requests for signs. They definitely are my specialty and they are my favorite to do. Let me know in the comments down below if you're tired of signs, if you want more signs. Just let me know, because I'm here to please you guys. I want you guys to enjoy my content, and I love and enjoy making videos for you guys. So don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
Got me up all night, putting things on the side. What do you have in mind?